It's
Tour Tuesday.
Tour Tuesday.
The worst Think Tour Tuesday we have ever had in the history of Tour Tuesday. Welcome, everybody. It's the day that we don't tour homes because it's still 2020.
We decided it should be Zoom Tuesday.
Who decided that?
I did.
You decided that, yeah. Because everybody else,
And a client of
a
mine,
couple
I was
weeks
out
ago on Tour Tuesday, we all decided that it was going to remain Tour Tuesday.
Tour Tuesday. I forget who it was I was with. They kept telling me Zoom Tuesday. Whoever that was, no. So it's Tour Tuesday, and we need you to like, subscribe, and don't forget to share so that you can pass along our knowledge from Tour Tuesday onto your friends.
Below. Whoever you're seeing below. Hit
You'll
that
see
button.
the links. Go
Hit that button.
This one is an important one. This one is a great Tour Tuesday that we have for you guys. So this one covers a lot of topics, especially those of you, those like me, that are first-time home buyers. So I have a couple questions, and hopefully our team can even things out and make us feel a little bit better about the situation that we're in. So I would like to ask the team for some advice. So being a first-time home buyer, question one, what would be the best price range to have for a first-time home buyer?
Sounds like a Tara question.
Yeah. Pricing's really hard for anybody right now, not just first-time home buyers. But and Julie's going to take you through some of the mortgage information and that, but really once you find out what you're pre-qualified for. So for example, if you are told that you're qualified up to 350, then you will want to be looking at homes more likely at the 290 to the 350. And you may not wind up with your dream home the first time around. It's a tough market. You wind up with a lot of competing offers, anything under 400,000 right now. But the positive for you is get into the market. Might not be the perfect home, might not have everything you're looking for, but get into the market now because pricing is just going to go up. If you decide and you say, okay, I'm a little saddened because I'm in a lot of competition, I'm going to wait till the spring. We're going to be up in the spring. So if you're waiting till next year or another couple years, everything's indicating in our area, it's different everywhere. So please keep that in mind. There are other areas that are down, but our area has been going up. And 2018, we went up 10%. 2019, we went up 10%. This year, we've gone up 10%. Expectation is we'll probably do the same, maybe a little bit less, but it's still going to go up. So just keep in mind, it will allow you and afford you to be able to go over what may be the asking price. So maybe you find something at 315, but you know you can go up to 350. So you can actually go over that asking price in a competing offer. That's the important part when it comes to pricing.
When you're looking at the house, right, think about resell too. Like because this is not your dream home, right? The compromises you're going to make are going to be compromises that make it a more sellable home later, right? So go to that side of it, right? And ask your realtor, what are the important things that make a home really sellable in this area? You know, like if you have the choice of getting something that is a 2-bedroom versus a 3-bedroom or a 2-bath or versus a 3-bath, you know, and it's in the same price range, but one has a smaller yard or something, pick the thing that sells better in your area, you know, so that you get more value later on down the road.
Your first time home is generally not your long time home. So you've got to think of it more of an investment and an opportunity than as a falling in love with it and going, oh my gosh, I'm going to live here forever, because we don't generally see that anymore.
Yeah. And keep in mind, this may not be your perfect home. It's your first home, but when you go to sell, there's going to be a first-time buyer that's looking for their first home, right? So it's like I don't know how to, like a ladder, right? So you step up on the rung, and somebody's looking to step into your spot.
So, Julie, do you know of any programs for first-time home buyers?
So there's a few out, and there's some that kind of come and go yearly. Sometimes the Hastings County has a program that's like a down payment assistance. That one isn't running, didn't run in 2020, but hopefully it'll be back next year. But it helps you with the down payment portion. CMHC has one. There's a few programs out there. As a first-time home buyer, there's also a land transfer tax kind of rebate, so that you don't have to pay land transfer tax, which, you know, that could be a couple $1,000s. So, I mean, that helps for sure. There's also like a lifelong learning plan where you can borrow, you know, against RRSPs sorry, I think I called that the wrong thing. That's for going back to school.
Back to school, yep.
Yeah, like
Julie's in the school mode with Blake.
Yes, exactly. But similar thing where you can borrow against your RRSPs for a period of time. So there's programs out there. Just ask us, you know, for details on what's available, you know, and we can help guide you whether you qualify or not.
Yeah, they come, they go, they change. Some are at certain times a year. So it's all about knowing when. I know you're really good at knowing when the program's about to start, and getting your people in right away so that they're ahead of the game, because some of them are pretty competitive in themselves.
That falls into you mentioned it, Julie, the pre-qualification, if you want to go through those steps too.
Exactly. So when you're looking to buy your first house, there's steps, and I call it homework, that you need to do before you even start looking at homes. So you need to strengthen your credit score, make sure that you've got a decent credit score. You need to save for as much down payment as you can. I know that's hard, and that's where some of those programs come in, but try and sock away as much as you can for down payment. And then you also want to get a pre-approval. So a pre-approval looks at your whole financial picture and determines basically your budget for your home. So once you know your budget, and you have that info, then you start looking at houses, because then you know what you can afford. So the pre-approval is the lender approving you and your financial situation. When it comes time to do an offer, that lender needs to approve the home as well. So you've already been approved, but they need to approve the property that you're trying to purchase. So that's where like a financing condition comes in. So it's really helpful to have all of that homework stuff done and ready before you go in and try and make an offer on something, especially when there's, you know, you're in competition. Any info that we have that supports, that we can supply to, you know, the seller's agent about your situation and your financials and all of that is ammo for us to help you, you know, get an accepted offer.
And a little bit of a step further is when you know, it's actually really helpful to have sellers holding offers. And I know a lot of buyers don't like that, but it's like giving you the opportunity to get into the house, because when a home is a hot house, right? If it didn't hold offers, it could sell that day and you may never see it. So holding offers affords you to get into the home to see it, but it also affords you to give that listing to your financial person and actually get a step up by saying, okay, here's the home. Now what else do we need to be ready so we can maybe shorten the financial conditions? Because it's a little tougher right now because the banks are very, I don't want to say difficult, but they're overwhelmed with their shortened hours still. They're a lot slower than what they have been. So it's a little weird because we actually went out from doing our average 5 banking days to like 7 or 10 sometimes. But if you can shorten it down to 3, then you may actually just win that competition, and that may be the thing that does it. So in your pre-qualification or pre-approval, really what you want to make sure is that you have all your paperwork to your bank as well. If they need an income statement showing what you make, then you make sure you have that to them ahead of time. Don't do it during the conditional period. Get it all to them ahead of time.
Another trick that we, sometimes use, especially if it's a house that's many people are looking at, and it's very popular, is sometimes we'll have you bring a home inspector along to maybe a second showing, especially if they're holding offers to a certain date. It gives you that time. Maybe have a home inspector come through and take a peek, and you'll be more confident, if you have to go in with no home inspection condition, that you've got that peace of mind that somebody's looked at it and, they don't see anything major wrong with it, so that you feel more confident to go in maybe without a home inspection condition.
Yeah. And don't forget to talk about the letter, Julie.
Oh, yes. So the letter,
a few times.
I know, and it's actually worked with Courtney before. She's been there.
So do you want me to ask about it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Another question that I have, well, not so much a question, more of, this is something great that Julie has directed me and my boyfriend in, is, we really loved a house. We put in an offer, and we also wrote a letter. Now, Julie, why would that help out first-time homeowners?
So usually a sale, in most cases, so not all cases, the sale of a home is an emotional thing, right? People have so many memories and ties to that home that a lot of people want to know who's moving into my house, right? And so if you can provide a letter that somehow tugs on those heartstrings of that seller that says, we're going to raise our family here and we're going to make beautiful memories, like that can make a huge difference versus somebody saying, I'm buying it to rent it out to whomever, right? So sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes it's just about the money, but you have nothing to lose by writing that letter and taking that chance.
And honestly,
and we've had it work, and it worked for you, right?
It did. And honestly, it made me step back and realize why we wanted this house and why this would be our perfect house to raise our kids. And also, I just felt so good about writing about that house. As soon as we saw it, we kind of just knew. So writing a letter was really easy. Mm-hmm. And the homeowner just absolutely loved it. So that was such a great feeling.
Yeah, and we're surprised that not many people do that. People don't even know that that's something that they can do. But it's something we absolutely encourage doing.
Well, that's perfect. That's a lot of information that, I feel a lot of first-time home buyers and people that are new to the game need to hear that, there's advantages to being a first-time home buyer, to look for that investment of knowing that just because we have a max budget doesn't mean we need to go in at our max price and then potentially feel like house poor or that we're living paycheck to paycheck to afford this future home. But it's good to know that, there is an investment out there and there are homes on the market that are for first-time homeowners.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Well, that might just be a wrap. So don't forget to like and comment and share and
subscribe.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe.
So close.
So close.
I think we should all just have one of them to have to say, I will use share because I'm good at sharing.
We can all say a word.
I'll say a word.
Thumbs up. Tuesday
out.
Sweet Tara